Hello, everyone, and welcome to the next episode in Stress Management. This is your host, Sandeep Khera, taking you through the journey of there is no right or wrong, only lessons. Today, I want to ask you a very powerful question. Are we masters of our destiny? There's an old English saying that says, man is not the master of his fate. And honestly, I understand why. There are parts of our life that are hard coded. There are at least three powerful forces in our lives that we simply cannot change. First, your parents. You did not choose them. And you did not choose their education, the emotional security, the wealth, the religion, or the country where they lived in. Some of us are born into abundance, some into scarcity, some into chaos. The decision was never yours. Second, your formative years, between the ages of 0 and 8, because in these years, our brain absorbs everything like a sponge. The way people speak to you, the way conflict is handled, the financial stability or instability in the house, the exposure to encouragement or criticism, this was never ever your choice. And this was already installed or is now installed while you were growing up. Thirdly, your ledger on karma. Many spiritual traditions speak about cause, effect, before you are even being conscious of them or born, maybe from the previous life. Whether you believe in past life or not is not a must. What matters is we all begin with certain conditions we did not consciously design. So imagine this. You are born into circumstances you did not choose. You are shaped in childhood by forces outside your control. You may carry unseen baggage from the past. And then one day, you are told, go build your life. It almost feels unfair, doesn't it? And now comes the turning point. This is the force, and that's the master stroke. And that's your actions. Your response, your discipline, your effort, your decisions from this moment onwards to change your life, and that is where destiny shifts. You have two choices. You can surrender to what your starting point was, or you can say, this may be my starting line, but it is never the finishing line. Let me give you a very powerful example. Let us talk about the king of odds, the king of martial arts, Bruce Lee. Today, we have seen him as the pinnacle of human physical achievement. But research his beginnings. He was born with significant physical disadvantage. One leg was shorter by 1 inch than the other. He had severe nearsightedness, close to around 10 diopters. And later in life, he suffered a back injury so severe that doctors told him he would never kick again. Yet, Bruce Lee trained relentlessly, disciplined, obsessed, focused. He did not argue with reality. He did not complain about genetics. He did not blame the world. He used what he had and multiplied it. Now think about Michael Phelps. People know about his 23 Olympic gold medals and say he's so lucky. Lucky? This man was diagnosed with ADHD as a child, struggling to find focus anywhere except the swimming pool. He just didn't show up. He practiced 365 days a year for 6 years straight, no birthdays off, no Christmas off. He spent 8 hours in the pool every single day. Have you ever stayed in a pool for 2 hours? Your skin prickles, your muscles ache, your core body temperature drops. He did this for a decade. Not sure if you're lucky. He faced challenges that could have easily labeled him as a difficult or limited adult. Instead, he turned that energy into focus. These people did not control their starting conditions, but they controlled their actions. And now, here is the deeper lesson. Life is not a 100% sprint. It is not decided in 10 seconds. It's a marathon. Sometimes it's an ultra marathon. Some people start ahead of you, some people start behind you, but the race is long. And the only question that truly matters is, will you keep going? There are people born into privilege who end up emotionally bankrupt. There are people who are born into hardships who become emotionally invincible. The difference is not fate. The difference is response. I often use a simple metaphor. The glass is not half empty. The glass is not half full. The glass is simply partially filled. And here is the part most people miss. The empty part is an opportunity. You can fill it with resentment, you can fill it with effort, or you can fill it with excuses, or you can fill it with skill. You can fill it with blame, or you can fill it with growth. The space exists, so you can choose what to pour into it. When people say, we are not masters of our destiny, I partially agree. You are not the master of your starting point. You are not the master of your genetics. You are not the master of your childhood. But you are absolutely the master of your daily actions. And the daily actions compound. Tiny disciplines repeat over years and become unstoppable moments of momentum. Stress often comes from being powerless, but power returns the moment you take responsibility for the next step. You cannot rewrite your childhood. You cannot rewrite your habits. You cannot choose your parent, but you can choose your mentors. So the real question is, am I destined for greatness? The real question is, what am I willing to do consistently despite my circumstances? Because destiny is not a lightning strike. It is a construction project, brick by brick, choice by choice, day by day. As I close today, I will not give you homework. I will give you reflection. Ask yourself, what is one disadvantage you have been blaming? Now ask yourself, what action can I take this week that moves me forward 1 inch forward despite everything? Just 1 inch. You may be shocked at how powerful 1 inch becomes over a year. Remember, there is no right or wrong, only lessons. And every circumstance you were born into is either a limitation or a launching pad. The decision is completely yours. This is Sandeep Khera signing off. Stay determined, stay aware, and most importantly, stay in action. See you in the next episode.